Yo! Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a bit different compared to my other videos. Before we get into that, just a heads up. Somehow I lost the footage of the car washing step, the clay bar treatment step, and preparation step. So the video will start out with me already working on the second polishing step to refine the paintwork. I already did the initial compounding step. Alright, let's get back to the story. When I first started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, I wanted to use this platform as one way of giving back to share my own personal stories, challenges I had to overcome, non-stop hardship, a lot of adversity, and hopeful that I can maybe one day make a difference in someone else's life by sharing my own life journey. I did not upload my first YouTube video until the end of 2019, which was 7 months ago. Why did it take me that long to upload my first video from my initial sign up day? There's a couple of variables and factors that made me hesitate during that period. But the main reasons were I did not yet 100% believe in myself that I could create content that people would enjoy watching. How can I stand out and be different from all the well-known established channels already? Second, I wasn't that experienced with shooting footage with a camera and knowing which angles to record and how to make it aesthetically pleasing to the viewer's eyes. And lastly, I had to learn how to edit footage from scratch. I had no idea where to begin, where to even start, or what this function even do. It was challenging for sure in the beginning because I lacked knowledge and experience in multiple areas that's required to basically make a YouTube video. So Lim, what does that have to do with anything? Alright, hold up. Let me get to it, alright? I received a Yelp message stating the owner, Tony, ordered a brand new 2020 Toyota RAV4 Limited in midnight black metallic. Oh boy, another black car. That was gonna arrive in about 2 weeks from our conversation. Now, this is the part that kinda caught me by surprise. Tony said, "I've seen your YouTube videos and I'm impressed with your work." I was thinking like, the fuck is going on here? At that time, I only had about maybe 30-ish subscribers, and I wasn't even sure if Tony was a subscriber or not. I'm still thinking, this can't be real, right? How could someone like me, with only 30-ish subscribers, which is nothing in YouTube subscriber count metrics, that someone saw my videos and decided on clicking on it to watch it and to say they are impressed by whatever they saw in me? That's crazy. I replied with a detailed response by first saying congratulations on the new car purchase, and this is what I can do to help you inspect your car. This is the paint correction process in order to apply a long-term ceramic coating and days of required production. I'm gonna need the car, and finally the pricing of the project. We did not agree on any service yet at this time. It's not a big deal if the customer, for whatever reasons, is not ready yet. It could be something I didn't say correctly, it could be something I potentially said wrong that the customer didn't like, or it could be because of the pricing that's a little bit over their initial budget. I didn't take it personally, and I just wanted to genuinely help out in any way that I can. So I asked Tony, do you know when exactly, which date and time they will deliver the new car to you? He replied by saying it was going to be on a Saturday, but wasn't 100% sure what time they will drop by. That's cool, no problem. So I asked Tony, which area do you live. If you would like, I can set aside some time and meet you at your place so I can look over the car with you in person before you sign any paperwork. I wanted to do my best and make sure there's no pre-existing damage, and no repainted panels, as well as all panel gaps are in spec. After I offered this gesture, I could tell Tony was really happy with my gesture. So over the next 2 weeks, we kept in touch and communicated over text messages to stay on top of everything as a team. On the day of the car delivery, I arrived about 30 minutes early because I learned over the years working at the auto body shop, being punctual is very important. It communicates not only I respect my own time, as well as your time. So it's a very good first impression. I was greeted by Tony and his wife. I was welcomed into their house and treated with utmost respect and hospitality. The vibe I was getting from them was like I was an old friend that they haven't seen in a long ass time, and we were just catching up. I felt very comfortable very quickly, and everyone started to open up. Tony shared a bit about himself when he was a young man, all the fun he had, how things changed and progressed from then and now, as well as all the life lessons he learned along the way up to his retirement. He asked me how did I get into this field, what did I do before this, and what motivated me to start a business. I was passionate and into cars at a young age. I started driving in high school during my senior year after getting my permit, going to the driving school for lessons, and practicing with my dad whenever he had time. Those rare moments of us together, being able to bond as father and son time, meant a lot to me back then as a teenager. My dad leaves the house early for work and comes home late at 10 p.m. after he gets off work. So whenever I had a chance to drive the car with him, it made me happy. That made me associate happiness with cars. Initially, before I started to work full-time at the auto body shop at age 20, I wanted to open a motorsports shop because at that time, I liked to wrench on cars to modify them. As you guys know, those that work on cars, sometimes all it takes to piss you off is that one bolt that snaps or is seized up so that your goal for the day is now thrown off schedule completely. It can get very frustrating, and those moments make me enjoy it less and less over time. I always think to myself, if for example, I'm just working on my own car with no deadlines, and sometimes it's a pain in the ass, what would happen if I work on a customer's car in the future? After that, I decided to become a auto detailer instead. That was my goal and my dream. Why am I self-motivated even after a decade? From my first day of being hired at the auto body shop till now, being a business owner and an entrepreneur, what gets me fired up every single day to want to do my very best to succeed so badly that I would do anything to reach my goals. There's a lot of reasons why I'm very driven, ambitious, goal-oriented, high energy tenacity, and hunger for success. But the very main core reason is because during my high school teenage years, I always noticed my parents would fight and argue constantly, and it would always be about money every single time. It kind of affected me in a way that at that time I was powerless and I couldn't do anything to change it. I was just a kid, still in high school, but it made me become very aware of my family's financial situation. What ended up happening is I would stay out late to hang out with my friends and shoot hoops till 10 p.m. So when I got home, I just took a shower and went to sleep so I wouldn't have to hear any of the arguments. After 30 minutes of sharing stories and hanging out, having a good time, Tony got a phone call saying his car was delivered outside his house. So we got serious and time to get back to business. I advised Tony to let me inspect the car first while he got the opportunity to talk and meet with the salesman. Our plan was to hope the dealership's detail department did not wash the car. I advised Tony to inform the dealership to not wash it, but they can remove all the plastic coverings that protects the paint during transportation. I took paint readings and every panel was good. No repaints and no damages. But I was able to find 3 panels with semi-deep scratches that I had to wet sand out. The most extensive scratched panel was on the hood with a 3 to 4 inch wide scratch. I pointed these areas out to both Tony and the salesman. The salesman was very professional and understanding. After he inspected the scratches, he acknowledged it was there, which is very rare. And he also offered for one of the techs to fix it if Tony would like. I told Tony I can safely remove it and to thank him for his offer but kindly reject it. When I finished with my part of helping Tony inspect his car, I stepped aside and let them wrap up and take care of all the paperwork. After all the paperwork was signed, I shook the salesman's hand, thanked him for his time, his honesty, and wished him well. So Tony and I went back into the house because he wanted to show me something. On a table, I saw some detailing products. One of the products was the microfiber madness wash mitt. I was like, yo, that's my favorite wash mitt that I use on ceramic coated cars because it doesn't scratch the paint. And Tony replied by saying, I bought it because I watched your videos and I saw you use it. That pretty much made my day when I heard him say that to me. But what he really wanted to show me was he bought some blacked out emblems that he wanted me to put onto his car to get rid of the chrome looking emblems. It was a double-sided tape design which you just put right on top of your old emblems. Very straightforward and not much chances of messing up. Before I was about to shake Tony's hand and say goodbye to him and his wife, we walked outside to his car to mock up the blacked out emblems to make sure everything lines up. After confirming it was a good quality fit, Tony wanted me to perfect his brand new 2020 RAV4 for him. He asked a couple questions about the process and what to expect after I was done with the paint correction and ceramic coating. Once he was confident in me that I could get the job done without damaging anything, he also inquired about installing paint protection film for the entire front end. We never talked about this with our initial messages. The fact that Tony now asked me about XPEL paint protection film, it was this moment that I knew he was putting all his faith and trust in me now with his brand new car. There's only a small amount of people that buys a new car and believes the paintwork is not as good as it can be. There's much more potential to it if detailed by the right person with the right tools, processes, knowledge, and experience. When someone goes all out to protect their new car investment with paint correction, ceramic coating, and paint protection film, I know this project means a lot to the customer. As I got home, I started to wonder, what is it about us as human beings that decide who is trustworthy and who is not? What type of variables come into play? Imagine two people that never met before, and all of a sudden you made a judgment and educated decision to give over your property, which is your car, or money, which is resources. Both can be detrimental if stolen or damaged. Like I said earlier, Tony and I never agreed on any services when we communicated over messages. I maintained composure and just want to help out in any way I can. Part of our responsibilities as a business owner and detailer is to do the right thing and go above and beyond, to go out of our way to make life easier for others. It didn't matter to me that I wasn't going to get paid or compensated for my time. When I want to help somebody, I do it because it makes me feel good and it makes the customer feel good. I learned over time, not every transaction need to have money involved. If you want to do something for someone because you want it to, then fucking do it. I don't go about helping others and in the back of my mind expect to be helped back. That's a transaction. That's not helping someone out of having a good heart. The past 6 years of being in business, I truly learned a lot about customer relations. I can't count how many times I received a phone call or message by a customer saying something like they're stressing out, someone hit my car, I don't know what to do, or something is wrong with my car and I need help taking care of it. Because I am a do-it-yourself type of person, I always have the mindset of, if I believe the customer can take care of the issue with some information and guidance from me, that will always be my first option. If after explaining and helping, and the customer insists on bringing in their car, then I will work on their car and help out. Sometimes it's something small to us as detailers, but the average person might think it's a lot worse than what it is. It all comes down to having the right knowledge, experience, and perspective. Most of the time, once I'm done, I will let them know thanks for the opportunity for me to help out, and I'm not charging anything, and you'll be on your way. And most of the time, the customers are very happy with the results and give me a generous tip for food. But the main takeaway is, because of how I approached the situation, I have earned a customer for life. It only took that one interaction with me that changed everything. So that's why I take every customer seriously, no matter how big or small the job is. Most of the time, you only get one chance to demonstrate you are the right person that can offer tremendous value that cannot be forgotten. you guys enjoy these business operation content videos, I need you guys to smash that like button, drop a comment or leave a question, and hit that subscribe button. These actions may not seem like very significant, but it will snowball and add up over time. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.